Healing can be challenging, and then it can also be simple by starting with easy steps to create change that you want. Now, healing is hard when you don't understand the language of your body. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Evette Rose, author and founder of Metaphysical Anatomy, and welcome to today's topic where we're going to be talking about combating autoimmune disease, and this is part 2 of 2. So today I want to share 5 tips that can immediately start to help you to improve your quality of life and also to improve challenges that you have with autoimmune disorders. Now, your mind is powerful and actions are also just as powerful. Right, and then you can now take action also every day in your life as well that can have a positive, powerful ripple effect on your quality of life. Now, just a side note here also, check out also the Combat Autoimmune Disease Disorders, for example, part 1 of this series. It's super important to have a bit of understanding from the emotional body if you have not seen that. So if that's you, go back and look at part 1 before continuing with part 2. Because there I share a lot more information about the autoimmune disease and also a deeper understanding behind the emotional root causes in the emotional body. There's hidden messages there that your body wants you to know. And there I share with you what those messages are. So now also keep in mind that the more that you hate my advice, the stronger of an indicator it's going to be how much you actually need it, right? And it's also going to be showing you how strong your unhealthy coping mechanisms are. This is now a mind over matter situation. So take note. Tip 1 that I have here for you here is cut out highly processed foods. They actually have ingredients in them that are actually stimulates inflammation because they contain emulsifiers and also preservatives that increases, for example, now the inflammation that you have in your body. But the stuff is in there to increase the shelf value, right? More money for the people selling it, but it's a complete negative for you, right? So for example, food that also say that it's low in fat and also low in sugar actually has a very low nutritional value. So while you're actually now trying to be healthy, you're actually malnourishing yourself. And if your diet consists of this, then it's going to make any kind of inflammation in your body even worse. Now, tip number 2, if you have a fiery personality, then work on unresolved anger, as anger can actually increase inflammation in the body, right? Side note, also keep an eye out for that one because I will actually be making a video about that very, very soon, how anger and inflammation in the body come together and how that affects autoimmune disease. Now, also check out my video about root causes of anger and how to deal with it if that's you. Now, tip number 3, intermittent fasting. Now, I personally love this. I absolutely love this. And I do this at least 5 days a week. And how I do this is I skip breakfast every second day. And I make sure that, for example, that my next meal is at least 16 hours after the last one. Which in this case now, for example, for me would be dinner, right? So from the night before. Now, just this simple step will reduce inflammation in the monocyte cells in your blood, which will then reduce inflammation throughout your whole body. Stimulate the vagus nerve. I can't stress this enough. In a positive way, of course, right? Because the stronger that this nerve is, the stronger your immune system will be. And your immune system will start to automatically restore itself and come back into balance. Now, how do you do that? This is going to sound funny, but it works. There's actually science research on this. Chanting and singing and humming is a great way to strengthen this, right? And it is also fundamentally important that this nerve is also stimulated on a daily basis. So for example, something as simple as the Om chant. You know that one. If you're a yogi, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's a reason why they do that and why they have been practicing that for so many hundreds of years. There's so much ancient wisdom out there that we don't listen to. It can really be as simple is that. And now tip number 4. I personally hated this, but I worked on my fear of cold water because ice baths, and I'm so glad I did, by the way, because this was life-changing. Not just for any inflammation that I had in my body, but for any, if you have low mood, if people suffer from anxiety, from depression, instant relief. Now, not because you shock yourself out from the cold water, you don't shock yourself out of that state. Let me explain. But an ice bath, for example, for just 3 minutes, once a week or more, right? This would be ideal for you because this is also a perfect way, for example, like I said, if you struggle with anxiety, after an ice bath, you will feel this beautiful, peaceful Buddha state, right? You'll feel like you're Buddha himself, you've incarnated. I at least do. It's absolutely amazing. And also, it will drastically decrease inflammation in your whole body. Right, so if you don't have the luxury of taking a cold bath, at least take a cold shower 3 times a week after a hot bath, after a hot shower. Sorry. So if you're standing in the shower, have a normal shower as always, but at the end, slowly start to decrease to becoming colder and colder and colder until it's completely cold, and at least stand there for 1 minute. But turn your back so that the water falls on the back neck area down your backside. That's the important part for the cold water to reach. And then tip 5, chronic stress and unhealthy coping mechanisms is also a culprit when you look at the emotional patterns that people have who are challenged with autoimmune conditions. Right, so managing your stress and your levels will greatly reduce inflammation and also balances your overactive fight or flight state again, right? And you can do that through mindfulness. And here is how. When you feel overly defensive or very stressed or very anxious, re-evaluate your immediate environment. Evaluate it. Because in most cases, your subconscious mind is triggered by your environment and it's now bringing up emotions that are not always relevant to what you're actually experiencing. So become aware of this, right? Because if, for example, if my environment is showing me signs and real reasons to actually validate the way that I feel, okay, the stress is valid. But if not, right, then talk to your body. Talk to your mind and calm it down. Calm it down by saying that what I'm feeling right now is not true. It's not true to my immediate environment. Because just by having that conversation with yourself, you are already calming the body down. And the reason why it's calming down, it's calming the subconscious mind down through the frontal cortex and the hippocampus. Because the amygdala is now upset. Right? It's reacting to your environment. But you can also, in most cases, we have the ability to actually consciously calm ourselves down through self-talk, through self-reassurance. And by doing that, by just holding a positive thought that's showing and allowing your body to feel that my environment is safe, your body biochemically reacts to that. And it also stresses off the stress hormonal cycle that was switched on when you felt the stress. Because when you are thinking of just a stressful thought, like I said, your body biochemically reacts to that. And now you have a 20-minute stress cycle that's setting off, releasing cortisol and stress hormones throughout your body. And if you don't release that stressful thought and feeling stress, and even though there's nothing in your environment, and you hold on to that stress because of a negative thought or a negative feeling that came up, you constantly reset that 20-minute cycle again and again and again. And your body is flooded with stress hormones, creating more stress. And that is what can set you off in a fight or flight response. So guys, this is what I have here for you today. So I do hope that was very helpful. This certainly has helped me, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. I really want to share with you things that I've seen great improvements in my own personal life. So if that's you, try it at least and see how it goes. And give yourself at least a week to 2 week trial run before you give up. Right? This is now mind over matter. And also, guys, join me on Instagram, Evette Rose 1 with the digit 1, Facebook, Metaphysical Anatomy. And also remember to go grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy. I also do moon vibes. We talk about moon predictions. We talk about, energy vibe predictions as well every week and every month. So stay tuned there if you want to see where's the collective conscious moving to and how do you fit into that and how do you deal with that. I always have guided healing sessions there to help you to stay balanced and focused and to get the absolute best out of your life as well. So keep asking me questions as well, guys. I love hearing from you. And also join me on my public support forum where we support guys from the public, where you can ask questions, and I love answering questions. I absolutely love it. And so also, until next time, be the light that you are. Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling you because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, Evette Rose, 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!